Welcome back to the channel. Here we are, my C8 Z06. It's been a little while since I've done a Z06 video. I've been doing everything else, mainly the Type R and other content, but here we are. We're at 2,500 miles, and I want to take you through what that 2,500 miles has been like. Before we get in and drive, let's just do a quick recap of this car for people that are new to the channel. This is my 2025 C8 Z06. I bought it October 31st, 2025, so I'm right at 6 months, 2,500 miles. This is a 1LZ trim, believe it or not, but it does have the factory Z07 aero. So you'll see the dive planes, the lip, that's actual carbon fiber, but it is painted. That's a close to $9,000 option. It also has the carbon ceramic brakes and other $9,000 options. So this is basically a very well tracked prepped Z06. It's a non-Z07 car, so it doesn't have the Z07 suspension, but it does have the carbon ceramic brakes again, which definitely helps. I do like that it doesn't have the Cup 2Rs because I do like to drive this car on the street. So yeah, those two options made this price a little bit higher for a 1LZ, but for me it's perfect. It also has the factory carbon fiber mirrors, which I think helps complete the overall look. It's just the little touches that I appreciate on this car. So yeah, you'll notice out on the back it does have, like I said, the Z07 aero, so you have this big wing. I think it helps complete the Z06 look. The color, of course, I have to talk about the color. It was one of my #1 requirements when I bought this car. It is Hysteria Purple Metallic. This color is discontinued in 27. I think 26 is the last time you can get it, but it's my absolute favorite Corvette color, I think, of all time. And when I was looking at a Z06, this is the color that I had to get. There was limited options. I bought this during the stop sale, so I had to wait. So I don't have the refreshed interior, which did not bother me because I bought this car for the engine. Now, again, this was bought in 2025, right when the 26s were coming out. So I got this at a significant discount, over, I think, close to 20 grand off of the MSRP. So it worked out for me. But yeah, that's on the exterior. Let's hop inside. Okay, so on the inside of my C8 Z06, the first thing you'll notice front and center is this carbon fiber wheel. This is actually aftermarket from Charismo Design. Since this is a 1LZ, it didn't have the nice carbon wheel, and I thought that was the first thing that had to go. So I added the yellow noon marker. I have a custom Z06 badge, and I have perforated leather. It's nice and thick, so it looks, I think, more fitting for this car rather than a skinny wheel. I think a special car like this, a supercar, you should have a special wheel. And I know the C8 wheel in general is controversial. It's the squircle, but I mean, at this point, they've been out since 2020. We have to get used to it because Chevy clearly isn't going away from it. But with this aftermarket wheel being thicker and perforated with the carbon fiber, I think it really enhances the look. And this grip feels great in my hands. One thing that I had the dealership do before I bought the car is I had them add yellow seat belts. So this matches my brakes and my noon marker. Other things I've done in the interior, since this is 1LZ, it did not have the carbon interior, so I added the carbon trim here, here, and here, so it looks like the level 1 carbon, and here as well. I had a C8 Stingray before that was a 3LT, so it had level, I think it was level 2 carbon, coming from that to this, I wanted to dress up the interior a little. So yeah, this has the Jake all-weather floor mats. One other option I forgot to mention outside was it has the black emblems from the factory. It also has the engine lighting package. So yeah, it is a decently equipped 1LZ. I don't have the heated and cooled seats. I don't have the front axle lift. None of that stuff bothers me. This is a weekend and occasional track toy. So having a 3LT, knowing what those features were like, I never used them. The only one thing I would like is the front camera, but hey, I don't have that. The color and the aero were the most important things for me, and I got that in this car. I bought this car for the engine, so I'm just at 2,500 miles now. It's 2,565 over 6 months of ownership. Let's drive it, and let me tell you how that ownership experience has been. I always drive this car in manual mode. This dual clutch is so snappy, but the reason why I drive it in manual mode is if you don't know the difference between the Stingray and the Z06, is this has a 5.5 liter flat plane crank engine that revs all the way to 8,600 RPM. In your standard Stingray, you have a 6.2 liter classic pushrod V8, which is more like a regular American muscle type of engine, kind of old school in a way, but it revs to 6,500, what you would expect. And so when I drive this on manual mode, that enables me to rev it out, to really wind out the motor, because that's what it's made for. This is like driving, for you Honda enthusiasts, it's like driving an S2000 with a lot of power. And a lot of power it does have, 670 horsepower, 460 torque, which is low, but it doesn't feel like that when you're driving it. Remember, just listen to that. So the thing with the Z06 is you're not driving a car, you're playing an instrument. That's the best way I can put it. The sound is absolutely intoxicating. There's no way to drive this car and not talk about that. If you go back and watch the few other videos I've done since I've had this car, it's always going to be the sound. I bought this for the motor. Yes, the track performance great. It can keep up with some of the best, the GT3, whether it's straight line or even track performance, and you can start to mod it and do other things, but it's the sound. I'm a driving enthusiast. I have a Honda Civic Type R. Many of my subscribers come from either the S2000 videos I've done or even my Type R. But what I can tell you as being a manual enthusiast, a driving enthusiast, I don't mind that this is not manual. Actually, standard manual, I should say. Unlike anything else, especially for the price point, even above the price point. I mean, not very many cars give you this level of sound experience. See, as car enthusiasts, one thing we do is we tend to modify exhaust because we want sound, we want engagement from the car, we want to feel something. And the reason why this is so great is because this gives you that from the factory. It gives you Formula One sounds. And so for these 2,500 miles, I've been able to experience that. And I kid you not when I tell you that I mainly drive this in manual mode. I really do. My Stingray, my C8, I probably put that in manual a handful of times, maybe 5 times, 6 times, maybe 2 hands I can count the times I put it in manual mode. Because, you know, it has that low end torque. You get in and you go, and it's great. It's a fun, fast V8, and you're having a good time. But this, I just want to wind it out. The same thing I used to do with my S2000. I wanted to wind it. Well, you had to wind that out because they made no power unless you were up top. And God forbid you drive it in the summer and you have the air conditioning on. You had to turn the AC off. I have the AC on right now, and I'm driving this. This still makes incredible supercar performance level power. And then don't even let me talk about the handling. This is mid-engine handling. It's incredible. Oh. I had a C8 Z06. That was a supercharged 6.2 liter V8. That made 650 horsepower, 650 torque. This makes 20 more horsepower than that, but significantly less torque. But it doesn't feel like it. It just does not feel like it. This is definitely faster off the line, of course, because the balance. It has wider tires, 345 rears, 345 in the back. The C8 Z06 had 335, so they one up that. But the power delivery and everything is so much more refined. This is a car cut above that. My C8 Z was manual, and I love that car. I thought I was going to get buried in that car, but that's not what God had for me. Here I am in the C8 Z. I was opposed to the C8 chassis when they came out, but after I drove one, I said, this is incredible. It is what it is. You have to call it what it is. And sure, if you're a Porsche purist, you may not feel the same way about this car, but that's okay. You have different taste, you have different experiences, you have different wants. It's subjective. I can tell you as a driving enthusiast that the C8 chassis in general is incredible. There's a reason why the ZR1X does what it does against other cars. The chassis just itself it's a good platform, and I'm impressed every time I drive it. So for these 2,500 miles gas mileage, I'm probably averaging maybe 12 miles per gallon. Okay, I didn't buy this for gas mileage, so I don't think anybody really does, and that's fine. The reliability has been great. No issues. Engine, transmission, I've done one oil change so far, well before the recommended cycle. Chevy gives you one free one and a transmission filter change, but I paid for it out of my pocket. I'm gonna let them do the transmission change maybe at the 2-year mark. But yeah, it's been incredibly bulletproof so far. I mean, even with me beating on it for all these 2,500 miles, every time I drive it, I rev it out. I mean, that's a given, right? But it's been solid. I've had to do one warranty repair, and that was for the back glass because it was making a little bit of a creaking noise, and it did that the day I drove it off the lot. But I took it back to Classic Chevrolet, and they repaired it, so that wasn't a big deal. Paint's held up well. I did have the front PPF'd when I got it, and I worked that into the deal, and that's been good. Yeah, the oil change I did do, I think that cost around 200 bucks. That's fine. But overall, just, yeah, no issues. I get in this car and I drive and I have fun, and it brings me smiles. It brings me joy, unlike any car I've ever owned, and I attribute it to the sound. Again, my buddy, shout out to Humblefish Motoring, he got a Lotus Emira, and we talked briefly about these two cars. And I think that, you know, he's a experienced driver too. He's had many cars, and his stance is, you know, he had a C7Z, he traded that for his Emira, and I don't think he even considered the C8 Z. He was similar to me in a way where, like, being a manual purist, like you just want that. But just like for him, I'll tell anybody else, once you have a motor like this behind you, you quickly forget. And the fact that you can choose when to change gears, it makes it all the better. Like, just playing this instrument, I'm playing an instrument, I just, oh, look at that, that old 3 Series. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't tire of it at all. Like, I long to hear that. And you can do aftermarket exhaust and make it sound even more crazy, but there's no real need to. It's already loud. Your neighbors will know when you're coming home. Shout out to that 3 Series. I gave him tons of car guys. That's fun. So yeah, here we are. Now there's been so much news about the Grand Sport and that new 6.7 liter. And how about that? My camera ran out of storage, and I went home that day, and it's been raining ever since. So I'm going to continue this in my Type R because I won't get a chance to drive my Z06 before I want to get this video out. It was growing long anyway, so just a few things. The Grand Sport is coming out, and I talked about it before, and I still feel the same way. I think it's great that the Grand Sport's coming out, and I look forward to hearing them and seeing them, but it doesn't threaten my the way I feel about my Z06. I think that the LT6 engine is very special. I love that it revs high. I love that it's a GT3 competitor. But I'm also happy that the Stingray is now upgraded with that engine. Here's a Challenger. Nice color. But yeah, 2,500 miles in the Z has been phenomenal. For you Z06 owners, you probably would tune out when you see that I'm driving my Type R. Bear with me, right? This, again, I just wanted to close this video out anyway. Just a couple things. I am doing the Ron Fellows race course. I finally registered, so I'll be in Vegas very soon. One of my next videos will be how that goes. I get to drive the Z06 for 2 days, get to beat on somebody else's Z06, and actually be coached, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, so thank you for joining me on this drive. I know it didn't go as expected, and hey, if you're on the channel for only the Z06, you got exposure to my Type R, which is manual. For you C7 Z06 drivers, or C7 drivers in general, or manual purists, here's my manual transmission car, which also doubles as my track car. And this is not a sales pitch for the Type R, though I do love it. And if for some reason you're a Type R owner and you watch my Z06 videos, well, I guess you're getting the best of both worlds here. But yeah, that'll be it. I'll see you in the next one, which, by the way, I didn't even mention it. I did a video on the new SUV reveal, and we did end up going with the Sequoia. And I got to do a whole video on that. So God bless you and your families. I am out.